All right, guys, good night. Hey, we're here. It's Thursday night again. We're back live doing this show, the Hunting the Rut Hotline show, with Don Bell and Steve Burklow. Of course, Don is not here this week. This is a busy time of year for Portland Outdoors. Don is actually at a show, a trade show, so he's going to be on the road quite a bit coming up. So hopefully I can pick up the slack. But anyway, hope you enjoy the show this week. We got a big lineup coming. A lot of Facebook questions we got to get caught up on. So we're going to hit a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back.
Introducing Scent Defense, a revolutionary 3-in-1 formula from Top Secret. Infused with antimicrobial silver copper synergy technology to attack odor before it starts. Fortified with NeuroX to attack and repel insects instantly. Scent Defense is specifically formulated to attract deer while simultaneously destroying odor. Scent Defense, the 3-in-1 formula for success.
All right, guys, we're back. We were just rolling that Scent Defense commercial, and if you guys watch the Outdoor Channel or Sportsman's Channel or Pursuit Channel, you'll see those commercials right there rolling pretty heavy between Fog Zero, BioShield, more often right now, Scent Defense and Top Secret. Those are on all three of those networks, so pay attention. You'll see those coming through this year quite a bit. So we're going to go to Facebook here, guys. What do we got? Or just general email-in questions? Oh, yeah. Hey, guys, look. We're getting prepared for the season. Couple of things to remember. We're getting close. Heck, we're 6 to 8 weeks out from the bow season's coming up. Preparing for the season. All right, we got food plots. Of course, everybody right now is kind of scrambling, getting ready for their food plots, about what they're going to plant, go ahead and ordering their seed and stuff like that. A lot of people's already got cameras out. I'm kind of lazy this year. I haven't got my cameras out yet. I got to get a few cameras. I got a few of them that are just gone bad. They just kicked the bucket. So there's so many different new cameras out there. It just seems like every year they get better and better. So scouting cameras are such a great tool for knowing what you got on your property. Most people nowadays, they name the bucks they have on their properties and know which one they want to shoot and which ones they don't want to shoot. And it's just a good way to know what you got, know what kind of deer herd you have. It's a great tool. But food plots, can't stress enough the food plots, especially down here in the South. We don't, unlike the North, Midwest, we don't plant near the corn and soybeans that they do. Some soybeans down here in the South, but food plots are huge. Just the deer really need those food plots. So whether it's some of my favorite things for food plots, honestly, is forage oats, triticale. I love to plant brassicas, but unfortunately, brassicas, my experience, they're great, but the deer eat them so fast they don't have a chance to establish. So oats, wheat, clover is one of my favorites. White, whether it's white clover or red ladino clover, both of those are fantastic. So anyway, food plots, scouting cameras. Hey, when you're going out scouting, think about this too. BioShield or Scent Defense are both fantastic for preventing ticks, but another thing that will eat you up right now are red bugs, chiggers. I was out in the woods last weekend hanging some tree stands. It was 100 degrees. And normally I would come home with probably 12, 15 red bug bites, chiggers, and sprayed down with a BioShield before I went out. Not one chigger or red bug bite, but so I was so focused on preventing all those red bugs, and because I'm up in the trees, I had Spanish moss hanging all over me, which that Spanish moss and red bugs love to hang out in there. And I was so focused on not getting those red bugs, I got poison oak all down both arms, so I'm scratching to death anyway. So But anyway, BioShield or Scent Defense, BioShield is really the full strength Nurex. So if I had a preference, I'd say BioShield. Scent Defense I really only like to use for deer hunting. It's cut the formula down a little bit, but it is formulated to be an attractant. So the smell is just a tad bit different, not quite as strong as the BioShield. But the BioShield has a nice, good kind of a pine, honeysuckle, citrus type smell. So it's very pleasant. That's what I tell everybody. It's a bug spray. It's the only bug spray that you smell. It actually smells really good. So it's great for preventing ticks. Absolutely wonderful for preventing ticks and red bugs. Mosquitoes, the feedback we're getting on mosquito prevention is outstanding. So, you know, come the opening day of bow season, you won't have to carry that device out in the woods. You just take and spray down a little bit with your Scent Defense, and not only do you have an attractant, it's gonna keep the mosquitoes away from you and the ticks, and it also kills your human body odor. So it's 3-in-1 formula. That's why we call it the 3-in-1. So, all right, we got a top secret website question tonight. This is from John Combs from Forestport, New York. It's John says, bought 26-ounce doe estrus and buck urine last year. Never opened either one. Is the urine still good to use? Well, John, you're our favorite kind of club member because you got both. You got the doe estrus and the buck urine. So not sure why you didn't open it now, unless you just didn't get to hunt during the rut. But or for the estrus, but the buck, of course, you can use all year long. Opening day of the season to the last day of the season. But if you intend to use it this year, absolutely. That's one of the beauties of Top Secret, is that it's oxygen free from collection to bottles. So especially if you've never opened that bottle, that bottle will last on and on and on because it's vacuum sealed. So absolutely, it's as good as the day it is that you bought it. So, or it's bottled for that matter. So yeah, it's great. So yeah, you can use that. So anyway, so it's good to go. All right, we got another Facebook question here. This is from Mick Venners from Louisville, Kentucky. All right, it says, what is the best way to use your scent dripper? Talking the scent dripper, for you other guys that haven't heard about the scent dripper, he's talking about the Top Secret Deer Bladder. Top Secret Deer Bladder, something that we came up with last year and implemented into the lineup last year. This is the Deer Bladder, and yes, 99% of the people looking at that knows that's an IV bag, which it is. But the simple truth of it is that IV bag is so easy to control. You got a little thing right here that rolls up and down that controls the flow rate. So you roll this little green dial, you roll it just a little bit, and you can control from a fast drop all the way down to what I like to do is, and to answer your question, the best way to use the scent dripper, for this one, we carry it in the estrus urine and we also carry it in buck urine. But for especially the estrus, which is my favorite during the rut, just right before the does start standing, when they start chasing, I like to put it right above a scrape, and then I like to start it dripping about a drop about every 20 to 25 seconds, every 30 seconds. That way you're not running. It's got 5 ounces, so 150 milliliters. So it's got a lot of estrus in there. But if you'll drop just a little bit, that's plenty. Because if you can smell it, that buck can smell it great. So just drip it on that scrape. Set it up there. You want to set it up there in the tree above the scrape, higher than that buck can reach up there and pull on it. Because they'll actually put they'll try to rub their orbital glands in it and try to pull it off the tree. So if you can hang it up there high and drip it above that, or drip it down on that scrape, it's just like telling there's a deer there the whole time you're there, because you got fresh scent hitting the ground for the entire 2 or 3 or 4 hours that you're there hunting. So that's a great Deer Bladder's. It's an awesome scent delivery system. So All right, that was a good question, Mick. So going on to the next one, Facebook, we got John Trez from Hershey, Pennsylvania. John's asking, what time of year should I begin making mock scrapes and why? Another great question, mock scrapes. Really, you want to start making those mock scrapes. I like to, typically when I do a mock scrape, I'd like to do it probably usually a week or 10 days prior to the buck starting to chase, because those mock scrapes, start making those, that kind of gets those bucks in the mood to, because they're waiting a whole year from the last time rut or does actually come in estrus, that they're ready. So you start making those mock scrapes before they actually start making scrapes, and then that really gets them on track. So you could set up on that and hopefully get you a nice deer. So the reason is right before they're ready to start. As soon as a buck sheds his velvet, he can breed. Now doe's not in estrus, but he can breed, so he's on the move. So if you'll make those mock scrapes 10, 12 days before they start making scrapes, you'll be ahead. They'll start and especially put some buck urine in it. You put buck urine right before they start chasing. You want to put some buck urine in it. They'll see that scrape and they verify it with their eyes, but nothing's better than verifying it with their nose. So buck urine, I can't stress that enough. I know Don always talks about buck urine. Very important. That buck urine is key. By far, Don's favorite is buck urine, just because of the versatility. You can use it from the day the season opens all the way to the end of the season. So, of course, the estrus you want to use during the rut, peak of the rut. So, I hope that answered the question. So, if you want to answer another one, go to a commercial. We're going to go to a commercial. We'll be right back.
You've worked hard all summer to get everything just right. Don't leave the rest of it to chance. Use the finest deer urine ever collected, and the only one in the market that is oxygen-free. From collection to bottle. Get ready. It's time to hunt.
Repel and kill the bugs that bug you most with the all-natural 100% deep-free BioShield.
You've waited your whole life for this moment. Don't spoil your opportunity because of poor preparation. Keep your optics clean and fog-free for a clear shot every time. Fog Zero.
Hi guys, we're back. Tom just threw up another this one is actually a BioShield website question. This is from Marina Tedrow from, I'm not even going to say, it's in Kansas, Lacine or Lacine. If you email in, let me know if I said that right. Lacine, Kansas. But anyway, Kansas is a great place. I can't wait to go to Kansas this year. Looking forward to a big trip into Kansas for some big Kansas whitetails. So says saw the commercial for BioShield, looked it up. All right, can BioShield be used on dogs as well as humans? Looking for a new repellent that works. Well, I got good news. That BioShield is awesome for pets. See, BioShield is totally 100% natural. It's also DEET free. So it's natural. You can put it on babies, you can put it on dogs, cats, any animals you can put it on. It's not gonna hurt. It's like I said, it's all natural. So you can put it on your dog, wash them in it. Heck, my brother even washes his dogs with the BioShield laundry because it's very concentrated. But I recommend using the hair and body wash for the dogs. And you can spray them down. We spray our lab down with BioShield before we go out. So yes, and it as far as being a repellent, it works really good. Nothing but great feedback from BioShield. We just released it in January. But all the feedback we're getting, absolutely great repellent for mosquitoes, wonderful for repelling ticks, and also for red bugs, even bed bugs. So You can put it on all. You can put it on kids, infants, all the way up to adults, elderly, dogs, cats. Like I said, every one of them. So I hope that answered your question. Yep, DEET free. If I didn't mention that, it's DEET free. All right, another Facebook question. We got Antoine Kearney from St. Paul, Minnesota, up there where it gets cold. All right, he's asking, or Antoine says, why doesn't doe estrus work during early season? Well, Antoine, early season, you want to use buck urine. Estrus is really not going to work. Actually, you don't want to use estrus during early season because it's going to be counterproductive. It actually may spook your does. Bucks, not so much. It's not going to really attract them because their nose knows they're not supposed to be smelling estrus this time of year. But a doe, it makes them spooky when you use that estrus before they start chasing. That's the reason that you don't smell estrus, and does and bucks do not smell estrus until the does start chasing, and the bucks start chasing does. So, and the does are getting ready to come towards the peak of the rut. Just as the pre-rut starts, you can start using the estrus whenever you see signs of chasing, but you don't want to use the estrus prior to that, and the reason is they're not used to that smell that time of year, and that will actually, I have seen it spook does, and it's happened to me when I used it too early. So in that case, you definitely want to use buck urine right up to that point. Keep using buck urine during the rut, peak of the rut, and post, but add that estrus to the buck urine pre and peak rut. And for that matter, once you start using estrus, you can actually use it with buck urine till the end of the season because those does will cycle. If they're not bred, they'll cycle again. So, yes, absolutely. All right, we got a Fog Zero website question, and this is from Max Shoup, Griffin, Georgia. Can I use this on my glasses? Talking about Fog Zero. Can I use this on my glasses? They fog when I wear a camo mask. Max, this is perfect for that. Fog Zero. It absolutely works on glasses. Glasses, binoculars, spotting scopes, range finders, scopes. Man, it's just great. It works. So definitely, and the more you use Fog Zero, I try to use it every time I get in the woods. You're sitting there 3 or 4 hours anyway. Why not use your Fog Zero and clean your scope or clean your glasses? The more you use it, the better it works. It just creates that film on your glasses or your scope or whatever that you're putting it on. But absolutely, it will work. I hate wearing a camo mask or a mask, period. If I got to do something, I'll put a little of that makeup on, but I just don't like my face covered, but a lot of people do. So if you wear a camo mask, absolutely, this will keep your glasses from fogging up. So you'll just want to paint your Fog Zero fog-free solution, which is right inside here. You want to paint it on your lens, let it sit there just a second, and then you got your microfiber towel in the cap, rub it off, and you'll clean it off. But with Fog Zero, you also you got a brush that you can brush out, stuff that especially gets down in your binoculars and your scope. You can brush that stuff out, and it's also got a buffing pad. The buffing pad is really good on large surface areas, cell phones, stuff like that, works great. So to answer your question is yes, put it on the glasses. All right, moving on, we got another Facebook question. Buzz Andrews. Buzz, let's see, Fort Collins, Colorado. Let's see, what is your favorite fall food plot to plant? Kind of touched on that at the beginning of the show, but my favorite fall food plot is kind of centered around clover. White-tailed deer love clover. White clover, Ladino clover. I like to use a combination of white clovers and some red clovers. Arrowleaf clover, balsam clover. There's just a bunch of different varieties, and a lot of times you can get a mix of seed that is kind of geared towards a lot of those clovers are already in it. I use a blend, and I wish it's right on the tip of my brain. I'll get that for next week's show. A good friend of mine gets this for me and has it shipped right to us there where we hunt, and gets it palleted and shipped right to us. But it's great. It's got clovers already in it. It has wheat. It also has Austrian winter peas, but that's the main ingredients: wheat, Austrian winter peas, all the clovers. Got like 5 or 6 different types of clover in it, which is what I like. That's the main thing of what I like. Now I will add I'll add forage oats to that mix, and I like to plant right about 50 pounds to the acre. But now we use a grain drill, so we'll do it about 50 pounds per acre. If you use broadcast it, you want to just about double that, just to make sure you get good coverage. But that's my favorite: wheat, oats, forage oats, those different varieties of clovers, and the winter peas definitely in there. So, all right. Hey, look, we got another BioShield website question. Let's see. This is from Sandy Bauer, Greeley, Kansas, another big whitetail Kansas hunter. Just wondering if this shampoo would work on dogs. Another dog question. We get that question a lot about BioShield and pets, and absolutely, you can use BioShield on pets. I stress that. Absolutely. It's 100% natural. It's deep free. And sometimes you think about something that's all natural, does it really work? Because it's all natural. Well, the answer to that question is absolutely it works. It works fantastic. So give it a try. I don't think you'll be disappointed with the shampoo and the field spray. Also have it in laundry detergent. So it really works great. BioShield does as a system, and that's the way we advertise it, as a system. Wash your clothes in it, and get your clothes smelling like that. Get your clothes smelling like that, kind of like a pine, honeysuckle, citrus smell. Smells good. So you get your clothes washed in it. Go out in the woods, and first you're going to bathe in it. You can bathe, wash your hair in it. Then after you got your clothes or washed in it, and you go out in the woods, you want to spray down with the spray. Of course, the spray is your most important. That's your main line of protection. You spray it all over you. You can spray it on your skin. Don't want to get it in your eyes, but the good thing about BioShield, it's got essential oils in it. Once you spray it on your skin, you can rub it in, and in less than a minute, you can't even tell it was there. It's not oily. It's not sticky. Absolutely, you can't tell that it was ever on your skin, but you'll smell it. Has a pretty strong citrus smell, and it works great for dogs. So absolutely, but I use all three, and it works great. Let's see, we got another Facebook question. This is from Amy Bradshaw from Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. Is that Wisconsin? Yeah. Do bucks often travel back to their place of birth? Answer to that is yes. A lot of times, and it all depends on what's there for that buck, where they're born. If they have good browse, good cover, water, they have all the basics to survive, they'll stay right there. Now they'll venture out, a little bit out of that zone, but really they'll only venture further outside that whenever they start chasing does, and it depends on how, what the doe population is and what the competition is as to where they're going to travel and how far. But typically they will stay in that area. As a general rule, they'll stay within that area. So absolutely. Let's see. Now we got a long, looks like scent defense website question. Scent defense, of course, going to be using that coming up real soon. Bow season starts not too long out. This is from Ryan Ross from Brandon, Florida. We may have to take this one in sections here. This says, "Hi, I'm curious about your scent defense spray. I don't see any information on the site page as far as active ingredients," and there's a reason for that, "and if there are any potential risks to pets or people for that matter. we might need to put something on there about pets as far as that goes. But 100% all natural, like we said, so no risk. It is great for pets, and there's no risk for people. The only thing, you don't want to spray it in your eyes. As you can imagine, if it's a repellent, you don't want to get it in your eyes, but will burn a little bit. But it's, even if you get it in your eyes, I mean, it's just going to burn some. You can wash it out with water, it'll be fine. But it's all natural. So yes, it's a wonderful product. Scent Defense is great. It's a great attractant. Next part of the question asks, I have used Sawyer products in the past with permethrin being the active ingredient, and since my wife and I have 2 cats now, I am a little leery after reading the effects permethrin could have on them. I'm a pharmacist. I'm not wild about using permethrin on my skin or my kids' skin. My wife sure don't like to use them on the kids' skins. I'm not real sure about the cats, but I'm just not going to use it. Well, especially now, Scent Defense and BioShield are out there now. That's the only thing that we're using. It's all natural. Why wouldn't you use it? Why even take a chance of using permethrin if you're really not sure? Don't even take a chance, because I'm going to tell you, this works better than permethrin does. So if I have anything to drive that home, this works really well. I think you'll like it. Going back to the first part of the question, active ingredients. Now, you buy some Scent Defense, that's one way you'll find out if you'll buy it. It's got it right on the front of the label. But we don't put it on the website. You kind of protecting our product. We don't advertise it, but you know, if you buy a bottle, of course, it has the list of products. But they're 100% safe on anyone. Let's see here. All right, it says, same question. A little later in the question, I'm interested in giving Scent Defense a try. I just would like more information than what I'm seeing overall with active ingredients and what the attractant scent is, as well as being my two biggest questions. Any info would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Well, Scent Defense. This is it. This is our spray. Like BioShield, Scent Defense also comes in a hair and body wash and a laundry detergent. But Scent Defense essential oils, to answer your question. So peppermint oil, geraniol, soybean oil, geranium, rosemary, stuff like that. Has some other inert ingredients, but the combination of that is through a lot of work is what we're not real sure as far as what combination is actually the attractant. We just know it works. We've tested it, and like Don has said many times on the show, they don't just come in like they're flaming like they do for estrus. They come in with that, they're licking. They're wanting to find out where that is, because they're wanting to get some of it. It smells really good. So essential oils is your main ingredients. And you think, like I said a while ago, you think, well, it's all natural, probably doesn't work that well. It works great for repelling mosquitoes, ticks, just about any biting insect it repels. It also kills human odor. If you look right here, it's got SCS, which stands for Silver Copper Synergy. Silver, everybody knows, silver is a great body odor killer. Well, they're now saying that copper is even better than silver at killing your body odor. Well, we've combined them both, and the reason we put Synergy on there is because once we've tested it, we found out that it has a synergistic effect. Silver and copper together is better than each one of the products alone. So it just makes it that much better. So it's going to kill your human body odor, and it's going to repel all those. You won't need that little device that you take up in the tree and have to keep it right there by your head. You just take this, you spray down a little bit with it around your neck, and like me, I don't like to wear a face mask, so I spray it on the back of my neck right here. Feels good after you walk to your stand and you're about to burn up and die from the heat. Spray down with it. You'll love it. I'm telling you, it'll keep the mosquitoes away, keeps the ticks away, and you'll love the smell. All right, guys. I hope that answered your question, Ryan. That was a long question, but I hope. Hey, look, call in if you have questions. Call our number. We'll be glad to talk to you about the ingredients. But think you ought to give it a try. I think you'll like it. But Tom's telling me it's time for a commercial break. We'll be right back.
From Don Bell, the founder of Code Blue, comes Top Reserve Doe Estrus, the finest doe estrus ever collected. Top secret oxygen-free collection process is a complete generation above Code Blue. Our patent-pending collection process means no ammonia and no ammonia smell. At a limited quantity of 12,000 bottles, only 0.1% of hunters will be lucky enough to add Top Secret to their arsenal. Visit TopSecretDeerScent.com today and join the 0.1% club.
All right, guys, we're back. One thing they told me that I forgot to mention in that last question about scent defense, it's DEET free. I can't emphasize that enough. It's DEET free. DEET, if you don't know, is one of the primary things in insect repellents. I'm not wild about it. As a pharmacist, just not wild about DEET. Sure not going to put it on my kids, but not to mention DEET. If you have anything that's dipped in camouflage, I know a lot of people have, let's say they'll have a shotgun that's been dipped in camouflage. Well, heck, even your bow, most of those are dipped in camouflage now. DEET will dissolve that camouflage dip. So just be mindful of that if you're using DEET. Our products, Scent Defense, BioShield, they do not contain DEET. They're 100% natural, so they are very effective. So we're moving on to another Facebook question. Kurt Franchi from Clint, Michigan. Is that Michigan? Can you tell me more about the club membership and how it works? Absolutely. And Kurt is talking about our 1/10 to 1% club, and sponsored by Top Secret. Show is sponsored by the 1/10 to 1% club. All you got to do to join the club is this. Just buy a bottle of this. This is our 26-ounce bottle of Top Secret Reserve, and this is Reserve, saying Reserve Doe Estrus. This is an in-process doe, meaning she's in estrus, and we actually pulled the buck off the doe. This is buck urine, buck that we pulled off the doe, so this is in process. This is the best you can get. So 26-ounce bottle of that, you automatically get you into the club. All right, now you can pay for it two different ways. You got a 4-pay. You can pay $25 a month for 4 payments, which we're kind of getting close now because we're down to getting close to hunting season. Most people joining the club now are doing the 1-pay, $100 to join. Buy a bottle for $100, you're in the club. Some of the club benefits for joining the club, you get the 26-ounce bottle. You either pick doe estrus or buck, breeding buck, either one. You get a 5% credit on all future purchases, so that's 5% off. That's a big value there. You get Top Secret. You get your own Facebook page. Is that right, Tom? Membership. You get your own Facebook membership page. You get to participate in product development. We have exclusive member giveaways. We have new product testing, and you get to participate in that. Communicating with other members. Free shipping and handling. That's another big value. So a lot of things to go with a club membership. Selling a lot of those right now. So get your bottle. We only have 12,000. Let's see. We got 12,000 bottles for 12 million deer hunters. 1/10 to 1% of the deer hunters out there will have it. So once you buy a bottle, it's yours, and nobody can have it for the next year. You automatically roll to the next year, and that's your bottle unless you decide to give it up. Somebody else will get it. So 1/10 or 1% club, better join today. It's getting close to hunting season. You're going to be left out in the cold. All right, let's see. We got a Fog Zero website question, and this is from just up the road from John Massell, if I'm saying that right, from Spring Hill, Tennessee, just south of Nashville there. Are the different Fog Zero products the same liquid makeup? Two-part question here. The same liquid makeup, answer to that is yes. Fog Zero products use a product called Parker's Perfect. It's a proven anti-fog liquid, works fabulous. But the answer to that question is yes, it's the same, and you'll love it. It really works, so yes. Can I use the green, red application for both scopes and eyeglasses? And the answer to that is yes. And he's asking, and I don't know if I got a sample in here. I think when he says red, he's talking about the orange. This is the Deer Hunter's version of Fog Zero. This is it. This is the pen. Now the green is just, we got a bright green pen like that. I think is what he's talking about. It's the same thing. It's just we market that to other departments, electronics and cameras. But yes, it's the same thing. So absolutely. We also have a blue pen. Now the blue pen is a little bit different. The blue Fog Zero is called our Express model. And basically the Express model takes out the brush and the buffing pad. The Express model has only the fog-free solution and the microfiber towel, so that's all it has. Great for glasses, and we really market that mainly for sunglasses and glasses. So you got 3 choices there. We also make Fog Zero in a 2-ounce spray and a 8-ounce, in the automotive section we make an 8-ounce spray. So well, here's the 8-ounce spray. Works really good. You can see it's kind of a, that's the 8-ounce spray. And the 2-ounce spray is a great size for sunglasses. It's just perfect for glasses, sunglasses. The more you use it, the better it works. It just puts that film on there, and that film, it's a good cleaner too, and it'll keep it from fogging up, especially down here in Florida, where we walk outside and our sunglasses just go woof, and they just, man, but it'll do that, but then it'll go away real quick. So it really works. So, all right, we got another Facebook question. This is from Chase Linder from Joplin, Illinois. Going to Illinois here in just not very long. Looking forward to that trip. Going on a little bow hunting trip up there. What does barometric pressure have to do with deer movement? To me, it has a lot to do with it. From what I've observed over the years, 30 years of hunting, barometric pressure, man, I tell you, that's my favorite time to hunt, is when that barometric pressure starts to change. Whenever it starts to change, right before front, that pressure starts changing, that's when I want to be in the woods. So to answer your question, that has a lot to do with it. They will start moving just before front. That front's coming, they get some antsy, they want to get up on their feet. So, man, barometric pressure, yes. So you keep an eye on that and you'll see the deer move. All right. We got a BioShield website question. This is from Terry Miller from Atlanta, Michigan. Let's see. Like to know how well your product works, BioShield spray, for insects, especially ticks. All right. Ticks, outstanding. BioShield is great for ticks. Like I said, I went out in the woods last week. It was over 95 degrees. Ticks, chiggers, and stuff everywhere. Didn't get a single tick or chigger or red bug on me at all. I spray down with BioShield before I go out. While I'm out there, I'll spray down on my legs, boots, and spray down, and works perfect. So yes, answer that question, works fabulous. So works very well. All right, for some reason here in northern Michigan, the last couple of years, the ticks are really a problem. You venture out in the woods, when you come back, you have to strip down to make sure the ticks are not on your body. Now, I have tried Deep Woods Off, made up some solutions found online, like apple vinegar with aloe products. He says hogwash. None of the products work. They all claim to stop ticks, far from the truth. Like to have some proof if your product really works. Well, Terry, the only way that I know you want proof, but to get proof, you really have to get the product to see. But I'm gonna tell you, as much as the feedback we're getting, and we're getting a ton of feedback. Matter of fact, to answer your question about ticks, we have, right after we started selling BioShield, we had a Kansas outfitter call in raving about BioShield because he puts on 3D shoots. And he says typically when he puts on a 3D shoot, a 2-day weekend, he'll get over 100 ticks on him. And ticks are becoming a problem everywhere. It's not just Michigan, it's everywhere. And they're carrying a lot of disease. So you really want to get those ticks off of you or prevent it. So BioShield, it really works great for preventing ticks from even getting on you. But I'm going to tell you, if you'll do all three, if you'll wash before, you'll do the BioShield laundry detergent. I'm going to tell you, you put that laundry detergent, that'll keep them from getting on your clothes. So it really is important. But now that BioShield spray, put it around, spray it all over. You just don't want to get it in your eyes. Spray it on your hair, your back of your neck, around there, all your places where your clothes might have an opening, bottom of your shoes there, or bottom of your pants, right there, where your waist. Spray down real good, and it is great for repelling ticks, keeping the ticks off of you. Now, if you do happen to get ticks on you, or if you wonder, when you get back home, some places like me, you get old, it's hard to find ticks on your body, especially if they're behind you or somewhere. Get in the shower, use the BioShield hair and body wash. It'll kill them. It'll kill the tick. If you got one on you, perhaps it'll take care of that. So it's good for a pre-wash and a post-wash. It's perfect. So think about that. It's a great system. If you use all three, it works fabulous. So anyway, I hope that answered your question. I think myself works much better than Deep Woods Off. Of course, it's our product. I'm going to say that, but I'm telling you, it works outstanding. And it really, honestly, I've looked for something to repel ticks. We found it. This really does the trick. I think you'll like it. Terry, give it a try. I think you'll really like it. So, Tom's waving that we got to go to a commercial break, and we'll take just a minute. Be right back, guys.
Rise and shine. It's time to hunt.
Repel and kill the bugs that bug you most with the all-natural 100% deep-free BioShield.
You've waited your whole life for this moment. Don't spoil your opportunity because of poor preparation. Keep your optics clean and fog-free for a clear shot every time. Fog Zero.
Hey, you guys, we're back. I was just talking to my wife, and she made a good point. The person that we were going back to that last question, talking about the guy from Kansas, the outfitter that called and told us about BioShield, and he liked it. It was so effective on preventing ticks. Well, what I'd forgot to mention about that story, which it did work for him, but he went with a friend of his who actually owns a hunting store, and he did not spray down with it. He didn't spray down with anything. And the guy that puts on the 3D shoot sprayed down with BioShield. He didn't get any ticks. Well, the other guy got a lot of ticks on him. So if you want some proof, one of them had all kind of ticks on him. The other one didn't have any ticks. So now he did use the laundry detergent, and he used the spray, and he used all three. Didn't have any ticks. Worked great. So that's a pretty good testimony there. So give it a try. Another BioShield website question, Ernesto Camo from Chesapeake, Virginia. Is BioShield scent-free and will it not spook deer? Well, BioShield is really, it wasn't formulated for deer. You can use it, but I really highly recommend using scent defense for deer hunters. Deer hunters use scent defense. It is formulated for deer, unlike the BioShield. Scent defense has Nurex in it, just like BioShield does, but it also has silver copper synergy in it for killing the bacteria that causes human odor, and it also, of course, repels ticks, mosquitoes, biting insects, but it's also an attractant. So you spray it all over you and deer will come to it. You spray it on the ground, deer will come to it. So BioShield is not scent free. Smells like kind of like a citrus smell. Pretty strong citrus smell. Smells good. Not typically what you would think for a bug repellent, but you'll be surprised how good it smells. You'll use it, and I'm going to tell you it works great for repelling. But again, it's not scent free. It smells. Now the scent defense, not quite as strong as the BioShield. It's formulated for deer, and it works fantastic for deer. So get you some scent defense if you're wanting to keep the bugs off of you and go deer hunting. So grab you a bottle of scent defense. So we got a top secret website question. Tim Sterner from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Once purchased and kept vacuumed, how long can I expect it to last? Talking about top secret. Well, let's see. Let's take that question and break it down. Once purchased, now if you're not opened it, it'll last on and on and on. It'll last for years if you don't open it, okay, because it's never seen oxygen. So if you use it and then you vacuum it out with a scent saver, like what he's talking, you pump the air out of it with a scent saver, pump it out. Now, it'll last, typically, because it's already seen oxygen, so you're pulling out. So once it does hit it, it is going to start ammoniating. So just kind of depends on how long you use it before you vacuum it out. So let's say you open the bottle, you use some, go hunting, you use some. Let's say you do it, takes you 10 minutes to do it, you vacuum it out. Well, that's going to last you all season. It's not going to, it's going to be good the rest of the season. Now, if you open it and let's say you let it sit there for a day or two and then you pump it out, yeah, it's not going to last not very long. You probably, a week and it's going to be turned. It'll be, instead of that color, it'll be that color, which is a lot darker than that. So you want it to be a bright yellow, not a real dark yellow. Actually, it'll get black just about. So basically what you want to do is you'll use it, you'll pour the entire, if you get the hot sauce bottle, whenever you buy it, you'll pour the entire contents of a 3-ounce hot sauce bottle, pour it into here, all of it, pump it out, and you're ready to go. You just want to do it. As soon as you pour it in there, you want to pump it out, keep it vacuumed. Now, once you go to use it, if you're going to your stand or if you're putting it on a scent wick or a drag or something like that, go ahead and you can open it up, use it, pump it right out quick as you can. I mean, you don't want to take long, keep that air out of it. The more you keep the air off of it, the better, and the longer it'll last. So, very fresh. That's top secret. Says a deer is there instead of saying a deer was there. That's the big key. Top secret. Oxygen free. All right, it says how long will a 5-ounce bladder last? And again, that all kinds of goes to the amount that you use while you're using it. As far as how long will the 5-ounce bladder last, it will last as long on the shelf. It'll last until you open it. It'll last on and on, just like this bottle would, just like this bottle would, or just like a foam bottle would. It's going to last as long as you want it to last. Now, once the 5-ounce bladder, the deer bladder, is triggered, and once it gets oxygen to it, it's going to last typically about a week or a little longer. Once that oxygen hits it, some of it's going to vary depending on, some of it. So it may turn dark in a week, may take 2 weeks. But typically when you use a deer bladder, you're using it on a scrape. Whenever I use it, I use the entire bladder on one hunt. So, and most people do. So, if you don't use much of it and you use it over 2 or 3 hunts, it'll be fine. So no problem. It says, should the lure be refrigerated? Answer to that is, it doesn't have to be. You can. A lot of people like to refrigerate the deer scent. You don't have to. The biggest thing with deer scent, and for top secret, you don't want to get it real hot, extreme temperatures. You don't want to get it above, leave it in the car and get it up to 120 degrees. Room temperature is best. Refrigerating it is fine. You just don't want real hot temperatures. So All right, it says, do you vacuum the skinny neck bottles or are they simply to refill your spare bottles? The skinny neck bottles, I'm assuming, is talking about this. This is how it comes. Comes in a 3 ounce, looks like a hot sauce bottle. That's what it is. All right, you don't vacuum this. Whenever you get this, you have to have the scent saver to go with it. This is a 3 ounce scent saver bottle. Whenever you buy this, you just take it. This is vacuum sealed, so you take it, pour it all in there. Once you pour it in there, you plug it, you just pump it a couple of times till it clicks. Hear it click, keeps it vacuumed out, keeps all the air out of it. Now you don't want to do that in the woods and that thing go boom like that and you wake up everything in the forest. So what you do, you pump it out. Once you hear that click, it means all the air out of it. Now it's got a little thing on top, you just hear that noise and then you can open it and it doesn't make a sound. So you got to have a scent saver when you're using Top Secret like that, you know, the liquid urine. So you got to have that. Pour it all in there, pump it out, and put it in your backpack. You're good to go. So have your pump with you, use it, pump it out. Always keeps it oxygen free between uses. All right. Oh, good point. Tom just told me, good point. Our foam, which is one of my favorites. This is Top Secret foam, Bad Boy Buck foaming urine, and Hot Mama foam and estrus. Let me tell you, these are two of our hottest products. Top Secret foam estrus and Top Secret urine, buck urine. They don't require the scent saver because each pump is the first time it sees oxygen. So you spray it on there, first time it sees oxygen. So each time you spray it, I might need a tissue. So each time you spray it, it's the first time it sees oxygen. You don't have to pump it out. So approximately 300 pumps in one bottle. That's a great value. 8 ounces of estrus, 8 ounces of buck urine, 300 pumps.
Rise and shine. It's time to hunt.
Repel and kill the bugs that bug you most with the all-natural 100% deep-free BioShield.
You've waited your whole life for this moment. Don't spoil your opportunity because of poor preparation. Keep your optics clean and fog-free for a clear shot every time. Fog Zero.
Sorry about that. We had to cut to a commercial break because I sprayed the foam on my hand and forgot to have my tissue with me. That was a sample bottle. That wasn't real deer estrus, so just want y'all to know that. I'm not spraying it on me because it's it's one thing you don't want to do. You don't have to spray. You don't have to put it on you. What you want to do, especially with the foam, is what I use a lot of when you go in. You just about 10 yards, foam it, go another 10, 15 yards, foam it all the way up to your stand. You can do it with estrus and you can do it with buck. You can foam it and then buck right after it, then you got a buck chasing a doe. Just foam, foam, foam. So great product, stays oxygen free. You don't have to have the scent saver. Works fabulous. So, all right, guys, let's see. We got another one from Facebook. We got another one from Joplin, Illinois. Popular place tonight from Bo Anderson. Says, how much scent defense spray is adequate to use on your hunting clothes before entering the woods? Bo, it's a good question. I use a heck of a lot of it because I love it. But you don't have to use, look, you just take and just kind of cover your whole body from face all the way down to the bottom. You just cover. Doesn't take much. It's got a wide spray fan pattern. You just cover all the way down to your legs and all. And kind of the back of your neck. Back of your neck and around your neck and right here is very important. That seems like that's where the mosquitoes and all love to hit you, is right there. And So anywhere that you got skin exposed, you want to hit. Now, if you spray it on your face, which I do, close your eyes, spray it on your face, it's fine. It's 100% natural, DEET free. You can spray it on your skin, not going to hurt. If you do get it on your skin, if you rub it in, you won't even tell it was there a minute later. So it'll have that citrus smell. It'll keep the ticks and mosquitoes away. Red bugs, keep it all away. Plus, it's an attractant. And also, that silver copper is going to kill your body odor. So, kills that bacteria that causes body odor. So, great product. Just be general, spray down with it. I spray down with it before I go into the woods, but I mainly, just a little bit, I'll spray down before I go in. Now, when I get up the tree and get into my stand, and I get my backpack, pull the bow up, got it all ready, first thing I do is reach in the bag and get scent defense, spray down with it. Not only does it repel, kills body odor, but also after you're burning up, it feels good spraying it on your skin. It's good and cold, so it feels good going on. So kind of cools you off, especially down here in lower Alabama where it gets hot as fire during, especially during that early part of bow season. So let's see here, Tom. We got another Facebook question. Jackson Schultz from Killeen, Texas. Why do bucks bachelor during the summer? Well, it's a good question. Bucks go into bachelor groups not only during the summer. They're in bachelor groups all year long except for the rut. Pre-peak and post-rut is the only time that they're not in bachelor groups. So let's say most places the rut is over. Of course, when a buck sheds his antlers is when whenever he sheds his antlers, which is usually first part of the year, getting into the spring, he drops his antlers. He's in bachelor groups already. Once the post-rut is over, they're going back into bachelor groups, and that's all the way through spring, summer, all the way up until that doe starts coming into estrus. Once the does come into estrus, he's going to start, right before that, he's going to start breaking off from the other bucks, and they're going to be on their own. They're going to be looking for does, so that's when they break away from those bachelor groups. So most of the time, bucks are with other bucks. That's why we always say use buck urine, because 75-80% of the year, bucks are with other bucks. So if you use buck urine, you're basically saying to another buck, he smells it, he's saying, who's that new guy on the block? Let's go check him out. I hadn't smelled him before. Let's go see what that's about. And he's not mad. He just wants to see who it is. So he comes over there and checks you out, which I've said on the show many times. First time I ever used this, opening day of Alabama bow season last year, killed 8-point coming to the trail with bad boy foaming buck urine. I'll be using it again opening day this year. You can bet on that. Let's see. We got, hey guys, look, we're getting close to the end of the show. We got another question there. We'll get back to it. Well, it says, real quick question. Jim Nelson, is scent defense safe to spray on your skin? That's an easy one. Absolutely. We've already answered that question. That's from Jim Nelson in Parker, Colorado. Jim, absolutely spray it all over your skin. You can't get enough of it. Matter of fact, it's essential oils got in there, so it's good for your skin actually. So, man, spray all over it. So it's good. So, guys, we're getting close to the end of the show. Look, next week I'm gonna be doing this alone. Next week looks like Don's still going to be on the road. He's a busy man this time of year. So, hey, we're going to have a little bit of specialize in bow hunting next week. So tune in. We're going to do a little bit of my favorite bow hunting. Call in. You got any bow hunting questions, or hey, you want to tell me something or share something with me? Call in. I would love to talk to you on the phone next week. Same time next week, 7 o'clock. We'll be right here, Hunting the Rut Hotline with Don Bell and Steve Burklow. We'll be back next week. Give me a call.